Hey guys, I got Brooks Gibbs with me hanging out.
What's up, Sarah? This is a promise kept. You know, when I came to Sacramento and I had coffee with you, gosh, a couple weeks ago, I told you, I said, not only how much do you mean to our group, Sarah, because you're sleuthing your research about who owns what buildings and what buildings are companies are part of the WISE company and all that. Like, it has been invaluable. It's been so helpful for Save the Garden, our movement. And if anyone knows savethegarden.org and what we're trying to do to stop Scientology from taking public streets and privatizing them, like, it's important to know who this institution is. And so when we met you and we benefited from all your research and your maps, I had to meet you. And so I was so thrilled to be able to tell you face to face how much you mean to us. And I told you, to prove it, I said, once we turn in the 8,000 signatures that we've been working on for almost a year, you're going to be my exclusive interview. I'm only going to do one interview, and that's going to be with you. And this is it.
Yeah, I said you were like, wait, I'm flying into Sacramento now.
Well,
So
I'm in San Diego. That's why we still have a little bit of sunshine. There's the beach or whatever it is right there. So beautiful. I'm with my son on his 19-year-old birthday. I took him to San Diego where he was born, and we're reminiscing and visiting all the cool sites and having fun. So if I freeze, it's because I'm in a low Wi-Fi area. So sorry about that.
No, that's awesome. I'm so happy that you guys reached 8,000 and you guys you're still going and connecting with the community. You're out downtown gaining, talking to people and gaining signatures to stop this sale from happening. And I'm so proud
It's
of you
been,
guys.
thank you so much. And that's what we're getting everywhere. Yesterday was the 1 year anniversary, March 17th, of Barbara Sori Love, the sort of mother of this whole thing, who challenged city council. If you're hell bent on giving up a street, don't memorialize anyone other than the historical African-American community that once lived here and thrived here, and now they're forgotten. She runs the Clearwater African-American Foundation. And when we heard that, we're like, you know what? Yeah, there's two steps to a city like Clearwater to give away a public street. The first is to vacate. It's like vacation, but it's basically give up. It means we don't need it anymore. And the second one is declare as surplus and sell. So you got to give market value. And market value was about $1.375 million for that half of acre of land. And so on March 17th, the city council voted to first vacate, and then they had 30 days to receive alternative proposals before that 30-day mark, which would be vote to vacate a second time. It always is two readings for some reason, and then they declared a surplus. And it was Ms. Barbara Sori Love that really got our attention. So we got behind her, and during that 1 month period, we brought together, I have friends that are well off, and I raised a pledge of $1.5 million to buy the street, and we worked with a world-class architect to create plans to honor the African-American community that wants to live there. And all the plans can be seen at savethegarden.org. And when we presented that to the city council, this Church of Scientology withdrew their proposal because they realized they weren't going to get all three votes that they needed, 3 out of 5. And so we were successful. But then that created, forgive me for hogging the mic right now, I'm just giving everybody a recap.
No.
Okay, cool.
This is amazing.
That gave us an opportunity to realize Scientology is going to ask for the street again, and they're going to lobby hard and try to convince Albritton, Cotton, and Menino to say yes. So we're going to have to actually change the law that says voter approval is required for any street vacations in the downtown. And man, that's what we've been doing for 9 months. And on the 1 year anniversary of March 17th, Barbara Sori Love challenging the city council, my wife, Jill, Barbara, Kelly, who's our key administrator, who loves you, by the way, and loves all the work you've done, and Tony, our proprietor downtown, who's got like the one non-Scientology building that he's working out of. we gave our 8,000 signatures, and so now the city clerk has 20 days to count and verify those. And if she plays any shenanigans, or if the Scientology tries to sue the city, or any legal stuff, our legal team kicks into high gear and is all over the city like white on rice. And we're not going to, and plus the media, Fox 13, Tampa Bay
Right.
10. I mean, every Tampa Bay Times just came out with an article about this. Everyone's covering this, and we're not letting the city get away with it. The citizens have spoken. We've delivered it. This is the largest citizen initiative in the history of Clearwater. And we're so thankful for everyone who is a part of it.
Yeah, I am so thankful that you guys as a group are going out and rallying everybody up. Hey, we can change this. We can do something. We can get together. And and it's happening. It's happening in real time because it's I don't know if you've been seeing the news, but a lot of teen violence and kid violence, it's where's the humanity? Where's the human connection with other people? And um
Yeah,
what
and this has provided
yeah,
that connection. I'm a
where's the
national guy.
community?
Like
Yeah,
I met you a couple weeks ago in Sacramento. Why? Because I was touring a bunch of schools there, and then I flew down to like Barstow or something like that after being in Plumas in Northern California mountains, and then I spoke at a bunch of schools there in between Vegas and LA. And I'm, typically when I'm booked speaking, I'm in a new city every week. And although Scientology has tried to, through their operatives, I believe, destroy my career, they have not been successful. I continue to travel and speak, and so when I do that, I don't really have a local connection. And so when Jill, my wife, asked me 9 months ago or whatever, hey, Brooks, will you please help us stop Scientology from taking away the street? This was the first time I ever did anything locally. And I've knocked on thousands, no joke, thousands, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 homes. I've talked with thousands of people, got thousands of signatures. And I've heard their stories. I've met with commissioners in our county, every city council member I've met with. All of a sudden, I'm straight up local now. And it's really turned our heart towards home. And
yeah,
in addition to that, Sarah, I've shared this with you in private, but I love to share this as sort of a testimony of how good it is to be involved in your local municipal stuff. Is it as a couple, like me and my wife have bonded more. I mean, we've been married 25 years, but this has created a friendship between us, where we've supported each other in this common cause, and we so admire each other. My wife, appreciates the video production and the articulate communication skills and just the things that God's wired me to do. And I've so appreciated her orderliness and the passion and the energy. She is literally the engine that drives the Save the Garden movement. And people look at us as this little power couple, with Kelly administrating this whole thing and her husband helping us out. It is so healthy for couples to do good in your community. You're right. There's crime. There's problems all around us. But when you're doing good for your city and you're meeting with the people and doing the will of the people, it's just all good.
yeah,
That's the best part of this whole thing.
yeah. No, and I love hearing you guys' success, and it was 6,000, 7,000, now 8,000. And you were just sharing with me that Jill went out today for more,
Yeah,
even
that's right.
after reaching the 8,000 and turning.
I'm like, babe, I'm in California, right? My other son is in Tallahassee. I'm with my other son here. She's home alone. I'm like, babe, just take the day off. You did the big win yesterday. Enjoy it. Make your little sourdough or whatever. Feed the chickens. Collect the eggs. You deserve time off. And she texted me today. She said, we got 11 signatures tonight.
Oh, wow.
I said, who'd you go out with? She said, Mindy. Mindy's been such a help. She's part of that Clearwater crew down there. And Mindy is so faithful to be such she pushes Jill. She doesn't like talking to the people at the door. So Jill's in a wheelchair, for those who don't know. My wife is in a wheelchair. Anyway, so she'll push Jill up and down, house to house, like jumping curbs and everything. I mean, it's not easy, man. Talk about carpal tunnel. You'll get it pushing Jill. Not that she's heavy. She's only 100 pounds, but I just stop while I'm ahead. But man, I would say, babe, I'm so proud of you. You got, that's 11 more signatures. We're still collecting, even while the clerk is certifying them with, likely she's using the what they call the something of elections. It starts with an S, the supervisor of elections. Um, she'll likely use that local Pinellas supervisor of elections to collect and verify the signatures and count them. But yeah, man, our people are still out there. And so we have a big party on Sunday, actually, at Nash Keys, 4 o'clock. This is the first time we're announcing it. I'm announcing it publicly on video. I think we did send out an email today, um, first to know from Brooks that
That's so awesome.
a Sunday at 4 o'clock, this Sunday, I don't know what, can you find out what that is? What, what March is that? March 22nd or something? I don't even know what it is. Anyway, Sunday at 4 o'clock at Nash Keys from 4 to 6 p.m. We will be throwing a huge.
22nd.
Okay, I thought so. So March 22nd, 4 p.m., Tony and Jessica's place, Nash Keys. We're going to throw a huge party. Everyone that was somebody on this task force is going to be there. We're going to pass the mic around. It's going to be huge
Awesome.
celebration, man. It's a big win. I've already told 1,000 people via email, but we're going to get the word out in the next few days. So
That's great.
yep.
No, yeah, that's truly awesome, and
I wish you were here.
well, in San Diego or Clearwater?
Well, no, I'm saying in Clearwater. I wish you were here in Clearwater for that. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not in.
No, you're not in Clearwater. I know. I've never been to Florida. So, and the only time I've been on the East Coast was at the airport in Georgia, Atlanta, and I had to
Well,
stay overnight.
I know that
So
there's
I didn't
been,
get to do nothing.
you know, I'm not involved in any drama or anything like that, but I know that there's been stupid drama. And when you deal with ex-Scientologists, bless their heart, I love every single one of them. I hug them. If I could kiss them on the forehead and it'd be appropriate, I would. That's my pastoral heart, if you will. I love all of them, and I have great empathy for how hurt and how painful everyone is here. But there can be some drama, and I hate it. I don't
Yeah.
want you to view Clearwater as that. I want you to view it's such a beautiful place. We have to host you. I want to introduce you to everybody, because once they meet you and once they get to know you and they see how valuable you are to the cause, like, we need your brain, we need your discipline. And I want to be a reconciler if I can. Okay. Hey, love y'all. See ya. Oh, okay. See you at the house. Anyways, we're staying with the family here. Sorry, I had to say bye to them. But anyways,
You to go?
I probably should bounce, but
Oh.
and I'm glad I said what I said, because I'm here standing with my friend Sarah, and I vouch for Sarah. She's the real deal. We couldn't do a lot of what we did with Save the Garden without your research, and there's a lot more we're doing in the future for planning what we call New Downtown, which leads me to something that's actually super secret.
Okay.
Okay. This is kind of
Mhm.
super secret. This is a 1,000% exclusive. This is very special. Okay. I got to just give it a little tension right here.
Okay.
People say, what's next? Okay. Save the Garden is a success. What are you doing next? And this is why we need you, Sarah. We're doing what we call New Downtown.
Mhm.
New Downtown. Who cares what Scientology does with their Cleveland street? That's old
I know.
downtown. We're doing New Downtown. I made a video. I think it's episode 4 or 5. It's called, or maybe it's episode 3 for Save the Garden. It's called How to Heal a City. And in that, I casted a vision. I said, we have to memorialize that which was in the past, and we
Right.
have to look forward to that which is new. We also have to accept the fact that Scientology owns 95% of public available land. There's
Yeah.
no more available. So we have to work on
Right.
New Downtown. We've been working on New Downtown for a while now. And so today I'm announcing on your channel, my good friend, I'm announcing newdowntown.org. And it's very
Okay.
interesting because it's my son who's leading this one.
Ooh.
It's my son. He's an 18-year-old, and he has just admired the work we've done. He has a heart for Clearwater, and he has pioneered an open letter. He's written an open letter to all the county commissioners. That's how it's going to start. You have to understand that tomorrow, on his 19th birthday, it's March 19th, 2026. Tomorrow, the county, for the first time, is going to discuss in the sunshine at a meeting what they're going to do with the 16 properties, 24 acres of downtown properties that they are going to either sell, sorry, I'm from Texas, sell, there's my
Okay.
accent coming out. They're going to sell, or what we have been lobbying for, leasing for 100 years, maintain ownership of the 16 properties. And we are advocating for a new downtown. My son has sketched it out in a cute little, the best
Oh,
he can do, way. And he said, we could have a central park. It's called Clearwater Park. It could be connected to Coachman Park. And he's identified, thanks to, listen to me, your work, Sarah, I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. Thanks to your work, we figured out who owns the properties that need to be acquired. And of course, they're parishioners of Scientology and stuff like that. And that's fine. But the county needs to acquire these properties at a full market or handsome value and assemble those to connect Coachman Park all the way to this Clearwater Park that my son pitches. And we've shared this with every commissioner. They've received it today.
oh,
And likely it will be discussed, taken up as a discussion item tomorrow during the meeting. And that's a very important thing because, who cares? We're not going to wait on Scientology to make downtown awesome, to make the Cleveland Street Alliance a reality. Like David Miscavige plays control games like the mafia
yes.
or something. And so, no, we're not playing that game anymore. And the cool thing
Right.
about new downtown is that the city really has little to nothing to do with it. The city council, which often are influenced by the Church of Scientology, have nothing to do with it. These are county properties that are in control and the sole decision under the sole discretion of the county commission. And so my son has worked very diligent to
Wow.
present to them the best that they can a vision, something no one has ever done for the downtown properties. So I'm very proud of my son for that.
Aren't these kids amazing?
They
Because I
are.
have a 17-year-old and her mind is blowing me away, blowing her instructors away
Yeah.
at college. And so I'm just like, wow, the mind of, the young
Yeah.
adults. Yeah.
And it's really all him. Like, of course,
It's
I like
awesome.
to flex a little if I can. I
Yeah.
like to, I've arranged meetings with him and commissioners, and we've had those meetings over coffee, and he's been able to pitch his idea, but I stay quiet, girl. I let him talk. And when he talks, he's talking about the bed tax, which is something that now parks get from the county. He's calculated $150 million in 8% bed tax revenue over the next 10 years, which will pay for itself, plus the rent. I mean, he's done all this. I'm sure GPT's helped him calculate some things, but he's he's put it all together, man. And I'm just
Yeah.
sitting back saying, look at you go, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing that they're trying things out and making it happen. That's
Hmm.
awesome. Thank you for
Hmm.
sharing that. So
Yeah.
it's newdowntown.org?
Yep, that's
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was just sharing that with David Yates, and anyone in Clearwater knows David Yates is a big name here. He's a city father. He's the guy that made the two movies about hope and, the aquarium down there at Clearwater Aquarium. He was the CEO, and he's the one that David Miscavige tried to buy his lot on Osceola for
Yeah,
$17 million, but he said, no, on principle, I'm going to give it for $5 million to the city of Clearwater. And
right.
I mean, he's a big, I was just sharing this stuff with him, and he's very proud of the work we've done at Save the Garden. And I really hope he's going to be someone who speaks life into the next phase of New Downtown. That man loves downtown Clearwater and
Oh, good.
aches at the loss of our downtown. And he
Yeah,
has a heart like me to bring healing. How do you heal a city? We're going to heal it. And we'll write a book about it. And we'll tour and travel and talk about it. And we're going to talk about there's trauma.
yeah,
There's municipal trauma. There's citywide trauma. And we could heal it through memorialization, through acceptance, through all the stages of grief, but really to the new, to looking forward to what's new. So I got to bounce. Much
Yep.
love from Save the Garden. I want to say on behalf of Save the Garden and all of our 98 volunteers that made 8,000 signatures possible. Sarah, we love you. Thank you.
I love you all, and stay safe. Thank you so much for talking with me, Brooks.
Yep. Anytime.
Safe travels.
You got it, girl.
Oh my goodness, guys. You heard it here. My good friend. No, I don't even see. I'm a newbie. I am totally a newbie. There we go. So it is new. Let's see now. I already newdowntown.org. Let's see if we can pull it up. .org. Let's check it out. Ooh. Okay, there it is up. Let's check it out. His 18-year-old son, he's about to turn 19. Let's do this. All right, an open letter. I thank you, Power. Yeah, I had so the reason why we got together was because there was some drama and I didn't want to be a part of it. And I was like, I'm gonna step away from anything to do with Clearwater. And I emailed him and he's like, wait. I would like more context. I would like to talk to you. And I did not realize my work was actually being used in the way it was, and actually formulating and everything on how strategy wise what they can do. I had no idea. And so I after talking with him, I'm continuing to do things in Clearwater, what I can do. There's a lot of filling in property wise, money wise, the exchange, the value, when it was purchased, who owns it. Like I said, I just did the grid and I was going to go through each one because that's what I want to do in LA County. Now, LA County is insane to think that I can do that, but whatever. I'm going to get it done. But I wanted to start with the Clearwater, just really what is going on. Wise Company and, property and everything. So to get that acknowledgement, that feedback made what I've been doing for the last 2 years all worth it. That it matters. And so just because people are not getting along or they didn't like what I had to say, whatever it may be, does not mean I need to stop being involved in a movement that is so important to Clearwater. So gonna take me off. This guys, young adults are blowing my mind away with what they just put their mind to without fear, without and just go for it. And this is incredible. Brooks Gibbs' son, who's turning 19, celebrating his 19th birthday in San Diego with his dad, Brooks Gibbs, and already had pitches. So this is brand new information. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. In the real estate business, your research abilities could make you millions. Really? I didn't know my capabilities until I just started going, what buildings? Where are you? And I just started Googling. If I was able to have Google as a teenager, man, I grew up in the time where it was .com. Like you made your own page. You couldn't Google anything. You had to go to the library and go into the index, card index. That's why I use the card index. All right. This so I'm just gonna call him Brooks Jr. I don't know his name. One of his sons turning 19. This is his initiative for a new downtown Clearwater. So let me go ahead and copy and paste since you can't see the link, but I will post it down here. newdowntown.org. There you go. So, it's Braden. My name is Braden Gibbs. I am 18 years old. Can you guys see this? Okay. So, ask and you shall receive. I got his name. Okay, my name is Braden Gibbs. I am 18 years old and I have lived in Clearwater most of my life. I am writing this open letter as a citizen and student who lives, works, and studies in Clearwater to ask the Pinellas County Commissioners not to blindly sell the county's downtown campus to the highest bidder, but instead to carefully and thoughtfully plan and protect the land through a lease option with perimeters, as I believe it is the last opportunity downtown Clearwater has for a truly thriving district. I have heard from many neighbors much older than me about how downtown Clearwater once was. Before local businesses were brought up by large corporations and the public was shut out of the waterfront district that should be thriving. Energy that defines Clearwater Beach, one of the most visited beaches in the entire country, disappears somewhere along the causeway and does not exist on the mainland. The historic, once thriving downtown Clearwater died long ago, and I believe Pinellas County cannot afford to just mourn its death anymore. I believe this commission has a chance to birth something new and incredible, not with another incremental fix, but with a bold, once in a generation project that could define Clearwater for the next 100 years. I am asking you to consider creating Clearwater Park, a world class 40-acre waterfront cultural park district in the heart of downtown Clearwater, neighborhood neighbored by the world famous Clearwater Beach. So it has the picture of downtown Clearwater today. And then I understand the solution to Clearwater's challenges is complex, and I am young. But after spending time researching the city and county's finances, survey results, and local news coverage, I believe the problem itself is very clear. Pinellas County welcomes nearly 15 million visitors a year. Our tourism economy exceeds $10 billion. Clearwater Beach contributes over 25% of those numbers and consistently ranks among the most visited beaches in the United States. But almost none of that economic activity reaches downtown. Visitors arrive, lay on the sand, and leave. Downtown Clearwater, just a few miles east, does not benefit from the millions of cars that drive through it. The $84 million Coachman Park redevelopment was an important step, and the Bay Care Sound Amphitheater has already shown what is possible when you give people a reason to come downtown. But one amphitheater alone is not enough to reverse decades of decline. What downtown needs is not a single project. It needs a district, a destination, a reason to come, and a reason to stay. This is not a dream built on land we do not have. 24 acres of county government properties already sit in the heart of downtown, adjacent to the Coachman Park. By connecting the current Coachman Park footprint with a portion of county-owned buildings and a few parcels of adjacent land sandwiched between the county campus and the new Clearwater Transit Center, a 40-plus acre waterfront park district connecting Coachman Park, the Pinellas Trail. The Clearwater Station Transit Hub and the downtown core could be created. This is the kind of land opportunity, but that does not come around twice. The parcels are there. The public ownership is there. The question is whether government leaders will listen to the pleas of thousands upon thousands of citizens and voters who want more public space, more high paying jobs, and more tourism grabbing attractions downtown. Um, so connecting the beach to downtown. All right. Some of my layers. Okay. This kid is amazing. A park district, okay, connecting the beach to downtown. A park district is only as powerful as its connections. The vision for Clearwater Park includes transforming downtown in a regional mobility hub with a rapid transit link between Clearwater Beach and downtown, whether by high-speed water taxis, bus rapid transit systems, sorry, my throat, or even a gondola line. It connects directly to the Clearwater Station Transit Center and the Pinellas Trail regional bike corridor. Beach visitors can reach downtown easily. Beach workers can arrive on time without worrying about congested traffic or packed lots. Downtown visitors can access the beach without driving. Trail users enter directly to the park district. The goal is a seamless connection between beach tourism and downtown activity, the kind of two-way flow that is necessary when beach development is maxed out and downtown businesses need more foot traffic. This has been done by successful waterfront cities all over the country. I believe it is time Clearwater looked at examples of success and followed suit. All right. Cities do not become great by accident. They become great when their leaders choose to invest in places that bring people together. A vision you can see. I want to show you what this could look like in initial rough sketches. Here is the Clearwater Park District, a walkable waterfront landscape with winding paths, green space, cultural anchors, and mixed-use development along the edges could look like. The county retains ownership of the land and leases parcels to developers under terms that require hotel rooms, ground floor retail, and park maintenance contributions. The public controls the district. The public benefits from lease revenue and increased tourism tax revenue. The private sector builds around a world-class park because world-class parks create demand. Oh, look at him, Braden. Good job. Other cities have done this. I know this sounds ambitious. It should, but it is not unprecedented. Cities across the country have invested hundreds of millions into major parks and been rewarded many times over. New York City spent over $500 million on Hudson River Park, which now attracts millions of visitors a year. San Diego's Balboa Park draws more than 6 million annual visitors and is the cultural heart of the entire city. Chicago's Grant Park hosts Lollapalooza. San Francisco's Golden Gate Park hosts Outside Lands. These parks are not just green space, they are economic engines and cultural magnets. And we do not have to look far from home. South of Clearwater in St. Petersburg, the Pinellas County Commissioners in the 1970s purchased land and built Tropicana Field in an underdeveloped St. Pete before there was ever a long-term team commitment. The commissioners in the 1970s took a big swing and invested heavily, which paid off by sparking the stadium-adjacent development that created the thriving city of St. Pete today. Even recently, This very commission previously pledged over $350 million in tourism bed tax funding. Ooh, I need to take a breather. For a raise of stadium proposal last year. That deal failed, but its failure creates a unique opportunity for Clearwater today. Redirecting even a fraction of the commitment the county proposed to a private sports enterprise to a public space. A downtown park district could transform Clearwater. That is not crazy. That is a possible funding option for Clearwater Park that this county commission proved when they offered millions to the Rays. Hey, I'm on a live, babe. Okay, can you turn it off? All right, guys. His work on where the green space would be, the park. How incredible is this? A young mind. Holy moly. A year round event engine. Urban parks over 30 acres have a power that smaller parks do not. They can host major events, Austin city limits, and South by Southwest take over Silker Park. Outside lands fill Golden Gate Park. Lollapalooza transformed Grant Park. These festivals generate massive tourism, fill hotels, create national media exposure, and bring repeat visitors back year after year. Clearwater already has proof of concept. The Baycare Sound Amphitheater at Coachman Park holds 9,000 people and has already brought new energy downtown. A 40-acre park could support music festivals, waterfront markets, food festivals, cultural events, and holiday celebrations, a year-round event engine for downtown Clearwater. So those of you just joined us, hello. I'll take a break. That's this for sorry, my mind. For those of you just joining, I had a conversation with Brooks Gibbs. Here is the link to what I am looking at. It is newdowntown.org. This that webpage, it was designed and made by an 18-year-old Brooks Gibbs' son. He's turning 19 soon, tomorrow, today, I don't know. But he's celebrating his 19th birthday this weekend in San Diego with his dad, Brooks Gibbs. And Brooks has just brought him and his team and he said 98 volunteers, brought 8,000 signatures. His wife just still going out door to door, she got 11 signatures today. She's still going. Their son, one of their children, is 18, and he came up with this initiative to bring a new downtown of Clearwater. That I guess that was a secret project that has been worked upon, been working on, and talking to Clearwater commissioners, commissioner meetings for this development. It is just incredible what this 18-year-old has come up with for a solution to for a walking space from the beach to downtown. Just incredible. And it's in the hands of commissioners and Clearwater people. It's just citizens, not Clearwater people. But like I said, I've never been to Florida. The only time was in Georgia, being um had to be kicked off the runway because of a storm. So um pitch black, didn't see nothing. So I met Brooks in person because I I literally stepped away from Clearwater for, I think, a day, like, officially. Like, I'm done. And he's like, "Oh, I'm landing in Sacramento in about 6 hours. You wanna meet for coffee?" Why not? So, um, it's just incredible, to keep working on this, keep working towards humanity, guys, in your community. Um, my community here in between Sacramento and San Francisco um, is a rough one with Scientologists who have worked alongside the government um, for decades, even with the raid and everything. So it's one of those, I'm getting to know you behind the scenes and then working around the world, finding out where these 11,000 plus things or say you own, which is there. If you look at, it's 11,000 churches, and then it's like entities, etc. It's really weird how Scientology has worded what they're counting as 11,000. So I am still looking for the 11,000. I'm nowhere near. And so I thank Brooks. I thank everyone that was able to use what I was able to find. I do want to get back into that. So, yep. Power. This is why it's like I told the Sacramento police department, this one person, I was like, they're doing their stuff in there. I'm doing my stuff out here. I don't want to be inside that, what they consider that building, their church. I don't want to be in there. I have no business being in there. So, and they told me, yeah, it's really about reaching, talking to the community. They're not for or against Scientology, but it was just, yeah, my hello was threatening. No, it's not. But yep, I just wanted to let Brooks talk about what he's doing. As you guys know, I joined a horticulture. I was cleaning out my. I've been learning about flower parts, and then my teen. I got to sign up for day. Doing painting with her. Her art teacher really wants me to join because she says my daughter is amazing. I'm like, oh, fine. No, because I was like, I don't want to follow her to school. She's supposed to go. So, trying to do me, heal me, but keep working. Like I said, this thing is growing. This is growing. But yeah, um, just it's incredible. You and Brooks just changed my entire perspective of their actual. This is the thing. Scientology does not have the power. Um, Flowers have parts. Hold on. Hold on. What did I do? Oh wait. Mad drop there. Seriously? They have so many names, and I'm because they have sexual productive organs. And the only way they can breed is by pollinators. And then like you have like this is named, that's named, and they all have what they do. So I'm just like, say what now? I just wanted to see a garden. But power, they they are influential in their own community, and this is the part of the lies that Scientology spreads. They say they're doing the work. They say they're, it's without Scientology, I couldn't have this success. Say what? And all these lies stack up, and there's, just because I'm talking is they think just talking to somebody else. It's not. They don't have more power than I do. And it's getting out there, mad. Trust me. Like, it's sex ed for plants. There's actually a bisexual has both female and male parts. That's a perfect plant. An imperfect plant only has one sex organ. So it's complicated with the birds and the bees. I drop there. I know. My daughter can go to a university and become a beekeeper. I was like, if I can sign up for a university and just take the beekeeper class. But yeah, no. And this is why mad it does. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I was studying right before I got on with Brooks. Parts being thrown at me. But yeah, no, I am so proud of Clearwater community speaking up and saying, hey, we need to bring back our history that has been forgotten, and don't just sell to the highest bidder for his son to take the time, thaw it out, and the revenue that this could bring and change the lives of the Clearwater community. This was all worth it. The last 2 years of just going, does anyone even freaking care? Where their stuff is, what they own. I'm just so thankful that there are even newspapers, news, whatever system still wanting to put eyes on this and will speak up. So I am thankful to be part of whatever community, anti-Scientology, or even just the movement of free speech, free religion, humanity. So, but yeah, things are happening in Clearwater, and I am proud to say that I'm fully back in, helping wherever I can with whatever research they need. But I am I'm putting aside any drama, anybody that doesn't like me, don't like me. It's okay. But I'm not moving just because you don't like me. So I'm going to do what I can for this global movement and the impact that Scientology has had on the past, present, and whatever future they have. I'm going to be right there. So, and this is why changing a law, changing laws, getting the right people to look at it. That's why I'm back on Narcanon, focused on It's not different just from the one bridge part, which is the purification rundown. And in Clearwater, Mace Kingsley is alive and well. And I dared OSA, if they put out another flyer again this summer, like they did last summer, about group purifs. This is a kid. These are children. That's going to impact their bridge. That's not full. That's not complete. But that should not be a religious experience. That's a medical procedure that is not necessary and has harmful effects. So no, I say no. Scientology built themselves of proverbial ivory tower and basic society. Howard would be rolling over in his grave. Wonder what you exactly mean by that. Because I'm with flower parts in my head right now. Sorry. That was too much philosophy in that statement. But yeah, no. They have no idea what has been working in behind the scenes that is coming to fruition. They're not going to know what to do with. They're just not. They can talk to people, they can try to influence, try to swing money around, but there are people, so many eyes on this, and so many letters going to city councils. I mean, this 18-year-old said, with Brooks Gibbs by his side, setting up meetings with the commissioners of Clearwater. Nope, this is what's going to change the course. When you think you're not going anywhere, like I was like, I'll just keep going, and I'm finding my 11,000. I'm not OSA, nowhere near. Unless you're counting houses, that's the problem I have. But Children of Hope, that's a front group for Scientology, or is that a different religion? I'm not sure, T. So, Matt, I have a take on this. So I guess Hubbard may not have envisioned the grift COS has become. Here's the thing. He was the grift. Hubbard was the slimiest salesman, like snake oil, coming to town with these empty promises. And then, for money. And then he would let people go. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Problem is, Miscavige keeps people in a freaking hole in freaking RPFs to where people escape, but then they're too scared to talk out because of these OSA ops and PIs and whatever. That is going to be exposed. So, especially with this younger generation, they don't take crap, man. Like, my child chews us out for like being too loud when we were talking. Like, has no problem telling us what she thinks and how it is. So, T, I can't remember, but it has not grown since last time. I've found a lot more not alive ones anymore. They're closed. So what I found with Narconon, what they're doing is instead of having all these Narconons open, they have, and I wanted to do a stream about it, is, and I'll show you later. But it's one of those things where they'll have cities lined up, like, of all California, all these cities, and they have like some have population or the statistics of it, of what crime rate or whatever is happening, and they're like, they need this program to help them out with uh their addiction and problems, but it's nowhere in the city. They're referred to international for the closest one. So it's not even, they're just, but they'll have a website for that city. So it's disgusting to me. But considering the BSDM has pulled and duped the general public with was more yes. Sorry. Ooh. I know there's Children of God, or the one, that one's horrible. There's so much pedo issue. Like, stop with the cults, man. Believe what you want to believe, but know that you're in a cult. Demons pretty much transgressed most, if not all, the doctrine. Oh yeah, oh no, he's changed even how the bridge order, and that's what really makes the old OGs of Scientologists like, you can't change that. Nearly 3,000. I think they're I think I found probably 3,000 in total, but a lot, because I'm going into property. So if they own property and that, so I need to go into my pins and see how many pins I have. But I'm not even, I would say 3,000 is an exaggeration, is way more than I have. Yep, he did get an abandoned mall. He has a lot of abandoned buildings and offices that he's never seen and won't ever see. So yeah. No, for them grifting the IAS and just keep throwing money after money towards Scientology. And here's the other thing. Here's what makes me upset. Lots of things make me upset about Scientology, but this one, if you want to order the Way to Happiness booklets to give out to your community, you have to order that and pay for it yourself. Everything is run by Scientologists, given by Scientologists, and and there's just slave labor, and David Miscavige is only reaping the benefits. So, woo. Hi, Dawn. Ooh. See, I cannot believe Mace Kingsley is still running. They don't own ranches or anything. They're really, really desperate, like everybody else, for auditors. I've been watching them really, really closely. Like I said, they had this summer camp group session. Another group is coming in, so sign up. It's like, how many group of kids are you putting in the sauna? And what ages? Because I would love to call CPS on every single one of those. You tell them it's a religious experience with all that nice and overdose. Like adults have died from that. No, T. That's why I'm still going, because it's like, okay, wise companies, they say there's 7,000. Scientology says there's 7,000. And then they're saying for Narcanon there's 100. No, there's like 68 that I could find. So that's 7,068. Then you get orgs, missions. But there's a lot of volunteer setups, especially in Africa and in Southern America right now, going hard, trying to build more missions. And then, so it's crazy. I'm keeping my eye on it. I'm still doing it. It's just I'm trying to get past midterms. Why am I doing midterms over a flower? Mad. Because Canada and Australia are smart. Canada has, yep, taken them out too. I think it should be banned because seriously, what they're giving them was in the 1950s, the radiation exposure antidote, which they no longer do if you're exposed to radiation. But no one told Hubbard and or anybody else. So they're still doing a 1950s antidote for, stuff stays in your fat. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I cannot believe there's doctors in Scientology. I wouldn't even call Minkoff a doctor. Mad scientist? But the Scientologists believe we have active narconon. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's the thing. We only have 5. Nothing happened. I have a cat in the drawer, guys. We have 5 in the United States. So flowers are very important. But yeah, no, there's a lot of empty buildings that I'm still going through. It's just insane. They want a street when there's so much happening. So, and that's why I'm happy that there are some countries mad that they are not a religion. So, I think they're pirates. Minkoff is so trained. He's an entire organization unto himself. Yeah. He has a lot of offices, and so in Clearwater, there's a person with the last name Player, Player. She goes by Dr. Player, even though she's like a holistic vitamins, I guess. But she puts doctor because it's doctor is a teacher. See how Scientology just lies to these people and then they go, yeah. So for her to have Dr. Player in Clearwater on her business floors me. I would think that would be illegal. That is false advertisement. That is fraudulent. That's whatever the hell that is. So, yo. But all right, guys, I better head out. It's been an hour. I'm keeping. Look how my dog sleeps. She's upside down. You good, Willow? You dead? You good? You happy, puppy? All right, guys. I'll see you later. Have a great night. Thank you for joining me and Brooks. And yep. So please check out newdowntown.org. An incredible human being put that together named Braden. Let me get his name right. Braden Brooks. Yep, Braden Gibbs. So check it out. It's incredible. Night it. Willow. Ooh, yes. Please head over if you have not. Sign the petition. It's very important. See if I'll try to remember to share it. I gotta get some water since I read a lot of that and get to studying. I don't want to get stuck on YouTube. You know how you like, oh, I'm just gonna do this and end up being there for another hour. But yep. Have a good night. Keep up the great fight, guys. Every little bit helps.